Hello world, this is Zan playing America Softly in TLC Endworld Turn 23. This specific episode is actually going to be a little bit of a review, and then I'll try to jump into turn 24, so maybe it'll go long. Maybe I'll split the videos, we'll find out. I'm a fan of short videos. So what ended up happening is I recorded turn 23 live, and when I went back to check how it went, it had no audio. So thankfully I caught it. I caught it quick, and I'm just gonna go ahead and re-record it. Um, I'm gonna miss some of the fine details, so I do apologize about that. Um, Sorry, I had a quick little pause there. Hope that didn't jitter you guys. So anyways, I'm gonna miss some of the fine details, but the main thing that happened is Machaka made a non-aggression pact with Ermor, and if you guys remember, the only reason I was really not attacking Machaka was because they were making Ermor's life miserable, and there's a lot of crap talk about it, and I was kind of enjoying that. So I figured, you know what, I'll just turtle for a bit because I did feel I was in the lead a little bit. Alternatively, I was considering attacking Ind. So in a nutshell, I pretty much did something like this and moved everything into Eternal Pastures. There's a few more things that happened. Like I know I took this armor off here, gave the boots. I know I gave the boots to the Crystal Sorceress and sent her to Moray's Grace. I sent Kirby 1 up to the Flossy Fields. Man approached me and he said, listen, can you send me any sort of body armor? So I said, okay, I'll send you this. It's all I really got because I need the other one. And he said, sure, I'm going to send you the earth gems that I have. Cool, good trade. Also, is this the turn? Yeah, I didn't even go through this. I apologize. I researched Conjuration 3, which mainly is going to give me tiny elementals and earth power. I cast Eyes of God. I'll get back to that in a second. Apologize for not going over that sooner. It might have been a bit weird looking at the map. Failed to find any magic sites, which sucks. We witnessed a battle of this night raiding squad, just tearing through Tianqi's territory. Ermor attacked me in my lake, make do on his promise of being insufferable. Luckily, I made the big PD jump, and luckily also that it's mainly soulless. Soulless don't have the pierce resistance that regular skeletons have. So this ended up working out in my favor. I was kind of worried. If it was a lot of the Triarii, I might have been in trouble. We retake the spines, or the splines, from the Necromancer with our tiny little force. Primarily just because we buffed these troops. About ethereal, so now all 4 of them are ethereal. Ethereal again, and I think he's gonna try to hit them, but they split up. So one guy doesn't get it. But that's okay. And then we have our 4-stripe chief try to do an attack rear, and he gets distracted at the last second. Almost 1 lance charge away from just winning the fight outright. Luckily, the hoplites pretty resilient when it comes to fighting non-magical weaponed undead. So they break through, and this guy kind of holds his own too, which is impressive. It's due to his high defense and probably, no, I don't think he was probably undead, but due to his high defense and being ethereal as well. And this guy comes in and just whacks him with a geyser. Good stuff. I find a hidden lab and some more nature gems. The hidden lab's kind of clutch. Because it's another spot I can build my temple, and I want a lot of temples here to kind of push my dominion into Ermor. What else? It gave me a magma scepter, which is kind of neat because it gives you this retinue magma child. It's a little like baby fire elemental, but it's not ethereal, I think. And more importantly, it gives you 3 temporary fire gems, which, you know, I've been building longbowmen for a while. I have fire mages. It's going to make it so I can cast flaming arrows every fight. Kind of neat. Or I can, you know, throw out a bunch of fire elementals. Either or. There's an arena battle, and I'm going to skip it because in my great shame, I still had this guy scripted to retreat. Whoops. And the Green Knight was going to wallop him anyways because it's like, come on, this is the Green Knight. And he gets the Champion's Medal. I finished some castles, which was mainly me just splurging on money and not trusting Naba. That's most of what it is. And then I guess I can just go to the score graphs because I know that's this is why you cast that as a god. So in terms of provinces, um, I went from the complete utter bottom and skyrocketed by the end of the expansion to be in a clear lead thanks to the Gorgon. Um, in forts, I am still leading in forts. In income, I am also I have the lead, is what I'm saying, and I'm not used to this. I'm not used to having such a lead, and I think it's a really big combination of the fact that I have almost perfect scales and an awake expander, which is kind of neat. Not gonna lie. Gem income, unfortunately, I'm still middle of the pack. Might site searching isn't is it's wider, but it's not as deep as some of these other nations. Not to mention that Ermor and Asphodel by default have the best gem income to start with through their cap states. This middle one here is Naba, and they have really good site searching because they have their mages are very high and wide path at the same time. I'm talking like fire 3, air 3, earth 2 on one mage. It's crazy. So outside these three little anomalies, I'd like to think I'm doing pretty well for myself here. Research. The spooky thing on research is how close Naba is to me. That's worrisome. This third line is actually Asphodel, which is kind of interesting, spooky since they're pop kill. But everyone else is kind of in the same boat, middle of the pack, low. Even Ermor is trying to catch up. This Ermor is touting how awesome and important his research rush is, despite going drain 3, which is kind of good because that means he's not making lictors. He says he prefers the knights anyways. Um, so that's clearly someone that's never made it to the late game where Flames from the Sky happens or some other nonsense that kills a 7 HP unit. But it's fine. We'll get there. Dominion wise, I'm also pretty high up there, and that's again due to just me spamming infrastructure, wasting my money pretty much. But I have the Scry Dominion, which is kind of neat. It's a little redundant now that I have Asgada, but in the meantime, it's neat. And I have to push against both Ermor and Asphodel Dominion, so it's kind of important for me to have it up there. Army size, to no one's surprise, Ermor is number 1. Asphodel is lagging a little behind, but if we remove them from the equation, everyone's kind of in the same boat. The Army of Man is down there. Naba literally has no units, and that's probably how he's affording to build mages from everywhere. He's also going to turtle. Machaka's army is supposed to be primarily free spawn, but I see he's building hot plates. And then Ind is recruiting like indie units, which is kind of weird. But really, the number 1 is going to be Tianchi, who's in this war to conquer Man, which is pretty much over at this point. Uh, yeah, Man's capital is under siege, so it's just kind of clean up the rest. And yeah, that'll be the review of turn 23. And you know what? Yeah, I will split the video on this one here, and then I'm going to go do the live turn on turn 24. So yeah, see you guys next time.